Are we seriously doing this?
It's Cardinals time.
Go.
Guess so.
Go. Go.
Hey, everybody. Kairi 091 hanging out with you for this week's edition of Kairi's Cards Cast, alongside the one and only Brian Lutz, who is eating a sandwich. And joining us this week is going to be Danny Glover, famous actor. You might remember him from such films as, what was he in? Lethal Weapon, I guess.
Saw.
He was in Saw? Danny Glover wasn't in Saw. Shut up.
He totally was. I promise.
Dude, he was in Saw. He was definitely in Saw.
He was the bad guy.
You never saw Saw. What the hell?
I didn't actually see it, so it's entirely possible that he was in it. I heard Carrie Elwes was in that movie. Is that true?
Cardinals.
Well, to be fair, what wasn't Carrie always in? Well, that's beside the point.
Lutz, you son of a bitch. He's in such a rush because of his sandwich, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. We have a lot to talk about. Well, okay, so...
I just want to talk about football, guys.
Lutz, let's talk about your sandwich. Was it that good?
It was a roast beef, bacon, mozzarella cheese, and tomato and lettuce and mayonnaise on like a wheat bun.
That sounds
You
reasonable.
piled
Yeah,
high.
there's nothing wrong with any of that. Did you get it from Carnegie?
Nah, it's fine.
How do you
I got
get-
it from Stephen Deli.
Okay.
No, I got it from this. I got it from Stephen Deli. That's what it's called. It's just like with the PH too. It's just.
Is that the guy's like
Stephen
full
Deli.
name?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's just Stephen. It's Stephen Deli.
Stephen Daly. All right, so let's talk some Cardinals. Who watched the game last week, Lutz?
Me.
I watched it.
I watched it too. What did you guys think of David Johnson? Anyone like what he was doing? Or am I the only one
I
that
was
thought that was good?
I was up against him in fantasy. That was a nightmare.
Oh, you're dumb, dude. You should have had him first overall, man.
I didn't get to pick him.
If you would have told your auto drafting thingy that you preferred him over every other player, you would have gotten him in the first round. I do
know,
that with
but
Fitz every time I do fantasy. I tell my auto drafter thingy I want Larry Fitzgerald, and everyone always mocks me. They're like,
What do
"Oh,
you-
you draft a wide
what do you-
receiver
what
with
do
your
you
first
get?
ever pick."
What are you guys doing right now?
We're talking about
He's
the
like
Cardinals
15th in my league.
No, you're not. You're talking about fantasy football.
and the Cardinals are a
Nope.
football team, and some
Okay.
of their players play fantasy.
Why did both of our guards get killed? That's what I want to know.
That's a great
Why did they
question.
both die?
That's a great question, but
Well,
I'll tell you what,
What's
though.
his?
The real question is, why aren't we starting Wetzel to begin with? He did great. For what
Yeah,
it's worth.
well, okay,
Yeah,
but
he
hang
was
on, but he
awesome.
did great against the Niners, okay? And I mean, it's not. We weren't exactly playing the Vikings defense right then, all right? It was Wetzel's Pretzels did good against the
No.
Niners, so.
Kings is the standard. That's such a meme.
Wetzel's
Broncos.
Pretzels?
Speaking of, how the hell is Vikings winning with Bradford of all people? I mean, I know he's never been on a good team till now, but Jesus Christ, man.
Mike Zimmer.
You
Some
can't
reason Carson Palmer was able to win with Bruce Arians.
look. You can't flim-flam the Zims in, all right? That's why.
Got it.
I don't listen to rap music.
I don't listen to hip hop. All right, so okay, the guards are out. That sucks. But I got to tell you, are you a little bit concerned that maybe Todd Bowles and his gang are going to be kind of trying to drill that A gap? He's going to drill the A gap since there's not going to be any guards. There's going to be a bunch of like backups up there.
All I know is one thing at this point.
Tell me.
If we don't win on the offensive game, we will win on the defensive game. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws a pick every other play. And it's just,
He does.
if we can
true.
take advantage of that, we will win.
I call him Ryan 6 Pat Pick. Get it? Because he threw 6 picks in that game.
It just rolls right off his tongue.
I know, that's why I have to say it slowly to make sure I get it right. Ryan 6 Pat Pick. Well, you brought up the issue with the guards, and that was really interesting. What do you think about quarterback?
Say words.
Quarterback Carson Palmer. He's back. He's not concussioned anymore.
It's good.
I think he's
Yeah.
had enough time to get his mind straight. I think he's going to get back and he's going to play well.
Thank you for the insightful
I hope so.
commentary.
I think he's broken, man. I think the Philadelphia game broke him. And he'll never be the same now. He's a broken guy. But he'll be okay. He'll be all right. We don't need him that much. It'll just make us actually use David Johnson. But it sucks that we lost Chris, man. Because we're going to beat David in the ground. And Andre is unreliable.
Yeah, well, they got. You know what? They have Step Fan, and they brought Kerwin back. They signed Kerwin today.
Yeah, you know me and Kerwin.
I thought they didn't they cut him just the other day?
Kerwin, yeah, they did. They cut him, and then they went and got him back.
This is why.
I like
Jesus,
Kerwin.
man.
Let's talk about this next game now.
Going up against Todd
People are injured.
Bowles and the New York Football Jets right here in town. The Jets have. Okay, get this, guys. I heard this on Doug and Wolf this morning. Credit to Doug and Wolf, mostly Doug. Okay, the stat of quarterback rating against, that is, what is the quarterback rating of quarterbacks that play against your team? The Cardinals have the 4th lowest quarterback against rating, which is a good thing because that means quarterbacks who play against us only have a passer rating of like 70. The best is Minnesota, who has passer rate. Quarterbacks that play against the Vikings have a passer rating of like 64. The worst quarterback rating against is the Jets defense. Quarterbacks who play against the Jets this season have a rating of about 118. So
Nice.
But here's what that tells you. That tells you that we should really be attacking the air, right? Because they can't do shit about it. But then at the same time, it's like we have this running back that can like do shit on the ground. So probably both, I guess.
Darrell Revis. More like Darrell Beavis.
Yeah, Revis Island is alive and well right now, man. It is insane how many.
It's sunk.
It is insane.
Global warming, the rising sea level sunk Revis Island.
It's insane how many good plays he lets up.
There you go.
Okay. So.
Beavis Island.
All right. What else do you have to say about this upcoming game? I really want to get to the picks. I'm excited about the picks for this week because we got some good matchups.
I want to win it. Let's go.
You want to win it?
Let's go win it.
I feel like we kind of have to win this one. I kind of feel like getting back up to 500, which I can't fucking believe that's what we're shooting for right now. That we're like, oh, let's get back to 500, but here we are.
Whatever.
Aiming for 500.
We'll zoom past it, and the Rams will be shooting for 500 by the end of the season. Like always.
I think that's so awesome. Jeff Fisher was all indignant in the offseason. I don't have the clip ready, but did you guys hear that where he's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing, damn it. I'm not going 7-9 or 8-8 or 9-7. I know what I'm doing, god damn it.
If karma is a real thing, after the whole kidding Carson's pretty much like a Christmas gift thing, that he is going to go like 8-8.
I'm gonna go fucking 6-10, dude. I think he's lucky if he hits 7-9. I don't like the Rams, dude. Like they're my new like team I don't like. All right, let's get to the picks, guys. Okay, we got a game tomorrow night featuring the one and only grown man business Denver Broncos and Paxton Lynch going to San Diego to take on the Chargers. Danny Glover, tell him who's gonna win.
Broncos. San Diego game was ugly the other day. I'm thinking it's fair enough to say that Broncos are going to win.
Lutz.
Chargers are going to win. Broncos will lead going into the fourth quarter, and Chargers will stage a comeback.
I am going to go with the Broncos, only because I think Red Ghost is going to listen to this, and I don't think that he and I will be friends if I pick against the Broncos this season. So, Broncos. Next game, this is probably my nominee for the Who Gives a Shit Bowl. I don't know how you guys feel about this one. 49ers going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Who gives a shit bowl? What do you think?
Bills win.
Okay, but do we care, though?
Not really.
I mean, I don't. I guess that I'd like to see the Niners lose, but I'm going with the Bills because the Niners are in a pretty big state of disarray. Lutz, what do you think?
It's going to be the Niners through their stout defense and their amazing passing game.
Oh, that's right, dude. They're putting the fro in.
Yeah, the fro is going to do it. So they're going to score 44 points, hold the Bills to 7.
It's going to be 69-0.
You don't actually think that, Lutz. You're just being a dick right now.
No, I do. I'm being a dick right.
Dick right?
I'm not being a...
They're like a playwright, but for a dick.
36.
Dude,
Very intellectual.
hang on a second, Lutz. You can't be a dick, right? Because you don't write dicks, you draw them.
Very
There you go.
intellectual, Kyrie.
No.
10 out of 10.
Colin Kaepernick's going to bring a whole new fro and vegan angle to the Bills, and they're not going to know how to eat it.
I mean,
So,
you're wearing
yeah.
fucking blue. Just tell them they're cops and he'll just destroy them.
I kind of wonder. I honestly don't feel like Kaepernick has like the hunger for the game that he had a few seasons ago. He used to be so like ferocious, and now he's all like conscientious. And it's just, I mean, I'm not saying you can't be both, but I don't believe he is both. I think he's moved on from like that like vicious like want to take everything you can get attitude that he used to have, that desperation, and now he just seems like really like thoughtful, and that's not really the Colin Kaepernick that can. I don't know.
My thought, I think it's the name is escaping me right now. It's Harbaugh. Yeah, I think him leaving broke him.
Yeah, well, Jim Tom Sula's mustache couldn't save him. Next game, we got an NFC East showdown. Eagles going to our nation's capital to take on the Washington racial slurs. Lutz, go first.
Jim Tom Sula's mustache saves me, though. That's going to be the Eagles.
Eagles, easy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles, too. The next one. Okay, I changed my pick for the Who Gives a Shit Bowl. The Cleveland Browns going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. That is your this week's Who Gives a Shit Bowl.
Oh, I refuse to pick this game.
I'll go with the Titans just because I have to pick one of them, but I'm going with the Titans.
Can I say a tie?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, 0-0.
A 3-3 tie. Lutz.
Pass. I pass.
He doesn't want to pick that one. Okay. Next.
I'll take that.
Next we
I
got.
lose no matter what.
We got the Baltimore Ravens going to the Big Apple. Well, actually near the Big Apple to take on the New York Football Giants. Let's see. I'll go first on this one. I believe that the Giants are going to win. I think that they're going to kind of. I mean, they were doing pretty good early. They've had a couple of missteps lately, but I imagine they're going to bounce back. I think they're going to beat the Ravens.
I think the Ravens got a good shot this week. So no.
Lutz.
The Giants.
You have to pick that. You have to pick that because Bear is right there, isn't she?
Yeah, but I really believe in them, and I don't like Joe Flacco. Sorry.
Okay, the next one, NFC South showdown. The freaking struggling Carolina Panthers. Wow, dude. Going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Danny Glover, go first.
Didn't this be the Who Gives a Shit Bowl? They're both like 1-5 or 1-4, I want to say.
But the Panthers are supposed to be good.
Why?
I know
they were 7-8-1. They're 7-8-1. They lost their best receiver, and then suddenly they're 15-1. So aren't they just the real team again instead of that fake team?
So you think 15-1 was just a complete fluke? They weren't actually all that good.
Yes, they faced
Hold
like
on a second. Hang on, weren't actually all that good, but they kicked the shit out of the Cardinals in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, but that was a really shitty version. That was a bad Cardinals team, though. That was no Tyrann Mathieu, no Carson Palmer finger.
Bingo.
And it's not the dog. I had a manager that used to always say
anyway,
anytime anyone would get something right, he would go, bingo, and it's not the doggy.
Anyway, I'm gonna say the Saints because I live in North Carolina. I want to see my friends pissed off. So
I have to go with the Saints only because I don't like the Panthers. But right now, man, like it's just honestly like the Saints are more of a threat to us in the NFC wild card race or if assuming we're going for a wild card. I'm not said that we are, but let's say that we don't win the division and Cardinals have to go for a wild card. We'll get to this conversation after we do our picks, but I don't think the Panthers are playing for that anymore. Next, you got the
Panthers quarterback's a thug.
You got the London Silly Nannies, Jaguars, going to Chicago to take on the Bears. Lutz, go first.
I want the Jags to win a game. Give me the Jags.
Me too. I'm going to go with the Jags too. And honestly, I just have no faith in what they're doing in Chicago. I don't know. There's just so many things that they got to adjust up there. So I'm going to go with the Jags.
After seeing the nightmare that was the Bears game last week, I'm going to have to say Jags too.
Oh, unanimous. Okay. The next one, easy pick for me. The freaking stupid Jeff Fisher LA Rams go to Detroit to take on the Lions. I hope the Lions freaking destroy them. I think the Lions are going to win, but not only do I hope that they win, I hope that they win and humiliate the crap out of the Rams, and Jeff Fisher finally gets that pink slip he deserves and ends up being an assistant coach at like a high school somewhere. That's what I hope.
Just all the way down to assistant high school coach. All the way.
You know what?
I
have to completely unironically say this. Lions are going to win. They have enough momentum from that Eagles win last week.
Lutz?
That was cool. I said Lions. I love them.
I actually do like the Lions. I honestly do believe that they'll beat the Rams, but like more than the fact that I believe that they will, God, I fucking hope that they kill them. Next, we got the
You're a
Pittsburgh
believer.
Steelers going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. This one's a pretty easy pick for me. I got to go with Pittsburgh because there's just Miami's just been a freaking train wreck since Dan Marino, man. Like there really hasn't been much going on there. Danny Glover.
Weren't they good in 08, 09-ish?
What you mean they had that they went to the playoffs. They had that Chad Henne guy for like a season or two, and they went.
So it's like Henne, like the pasta but with an H.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, pick the damn game. Steelers at Dolphins.
Pittsburgh.
Lutz.
Dolphins are gonna totally win, obviously.
Shut the hell up, dude.
Dude, that was sarcastic in my tone, but my words were honest.
You honestly
Dolphins will win.
believe?
Watch. No, I don't think they did, but I think they will.
I don't know
Well,
what is that? Hang on. What is that based on? What are you basing that on? That you believe the Dolphins will beat the Steelers?
Look, George Bush and I based all of our football picks on our gut. Okay? And my gut tells me that the Steelers are dumb when they play away games against some crap teams sometimes. And I'm just taking a shot, man.
All right.
The Steelers are ranked 5th in offense. The Dolphins are 29th
Don't give a
in
darn,
offense.
dude. Steelers are like trap game wizards. They love falling to them. Check out the books.
Okay.
It's not a totally blind pick. It's not statistically smart, but who gives a shit, right?
No, we already did
Right.
the who gives a shit.
We all
right?
agree. We all agree that we don't give a shit.
Next
The
is
cutest dog is walking past.
Cincinnati
why
Bengals.
he's left.
Cincinnati Bengals going to New England to take on the Patriots. The Cincinnati Bengals go to New England to take on the Patriots. Lutz, tell them first. The Bengals.
The Patriots.
There you go. Don't be a goddamn contrarian. It's the fucking Patriots, and everyone knows it.
Can't do it every time, man. You gotta take a couple shots, though.
Danny Glover.
It's at Lambeau. Sorry, not. It's at Gillette, right?
Yeah, it's at Giselle Stadium.
All right, Patriots.
Of course it's Patriots. Of course it's the goddamn stupid fucking Patriots. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Oakland to take on the Raiders for a little AFC West showdown. I'm going with this one first, and I'm going to pick the Raiders. I believe that the Raiders are going to end up winning that division somehow this year. That's my take on the matter. But I don't know, though. I love you, Red Ghost. Lutz.
Am I up?
I love you too. I hope the Raiders win. I think they will. That'd be great.
I hope the Chiefs win because I've got friends who have I have a friend who has Derek Carr on his fantasy team, and I'm playing him this week. And I'm not going to get
Just stop. Just. Okay.
What's wrong with fantasy?
Yeah.
Bertrand
It's
Berry plays
fantasy.
fantasy, and he says fantasy every time he's talking about it, and that makes it cool.
Okay. I rescind my prior comments about fantasy. Thank you for sharing.
The Atlanta Falcons go into Seattle, the Emerald City, to take on your Seattle Seahawks. I don't know who I'm talking to when I say that. I hope that the Falcons win. I believe that they will, but this is actually going to be a pretty good matchup, in my opinion. That the Seahawks defense, which is still pretty freaking good, up against that the Falcons offense. I think this is going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be a really fun game to watch. Danny Glover.
I'm going to have to say Falcons. They've been impressing me recently.
Lutz. Nicole?
You're not uploading that, Danny. The Falcons have been impressing everybody, is the truth of the matter. And I believe that they are going to beat those pesky, spoopy Seahawks.
Whichever team gets the most points on the board is probably going to end up winning the game, you guys. Next, we got
Thank John.
The Dallas Cowboys heading to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Danny Glover, go first.
I'm gonna have to say Dallas. They've been doing really well recently.
Lutz?
Dallas and rest in peace, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to go with Dallas also. And a follow-up question on that one, just real quick. When Tony Romo is healthy, does he get his job back?
I mean,
That's what they're saying, but no.
I mean, Dak has been doing really well. The only game he's lost was because the damn wideout wouldn't step out of bounds. So.
You know, that's it's. Do you guys remember how Romo got his job when Drew Bledsoe went down? After Bledsoe came, I'm pretty sure it was Drew Bledsoe, right? That came to Dallas, and after he left New England, he went to Dallas, and then he went down, and Romo, undrafted freaking Tony Romo, has to step in relief of Drew Bledsoe, and that's the second time that happened to Drew Bledsoe. You know, I mean, he was good too. He took the Patriots to the Super Bowl in like '97. So Drew Bledsoe wasn't a bad quarterback, but he also made better quarterbacks when he went down. Although I don't know if Romo's better than Bledsoe in his prime. I wasn't a big enough football fan in Bledsoe's prime to actually
Romo
comment
pretty
on
much
it.
had an identical start to Dak as he does right now. So
Well, I guess
We
it's
need to
fitting.
bring Drew Bledsoe to the Cardinals.
just for a game, just long enough to get injured. All right, Sunday Night Football. We got. Oh man, maybe I don't know. Maybe is this the Who Gives a Shit Bowl? Sunday Night Football. The Indianapolis Colts going to Houston to take on the Texans. I don't know, dude. Like, I guess that's going to be big for their.
Good, though?
Well, for their division. It's
People
gonna.
believe that, but it's not true.
What?
People say that the Texans are good, but it's not true, and it hasn't ever been true.
Oh man,
and it won't be true.
And it breaks my heart because I want Brock Osweiler to do well so bad, but
It's one of those teams with bad ownership, and there's just no getting around it. So,
Hey, it's
yeah,
no
they're
worse.
kind of no. That's a special case. But Browns are the worst sports franchise in the United States. Worst pro sports franchise, period. With their history and everything, with the Ravens angle.
yeah,
Anyway.
and no, but that's funny though because the Browns leave Cleveland and they fucking win a championship like 2 years later. Like they just had to get Cleveland, that smell of Cleveland out of their nostrils, and then they could win. Like I don't know what it is, man. Pick the game. The Colts go to Houston to take on the Texans. Danny Glover.
I've got to say the Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Texans just because I'm a Brock fan and I'd like to see Brock do so. I'd like to see Brock sling the rock, but I don't really care. But I do believe the Texans will probably win this one. Lutz.
Forks up. I got them Texans too.
And finally, the last game, your Monday night game on ESPN, so I won't be able to watch it because I don't have ESPN. The Jets coming to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, first off, how the fuck do you not have ESPN? That is
Because
insane.
it doesn't come in Dish Network's base package for $39.99 a month.
That's stupid.
I know. But, I could add it, but it'd be like another $10, and they give me like a bunch of other shit
Okay.
I don't want, so...
Here comes my pick. Cardinals. Okay, bye. Yay, bye, Cardinals. That's my pick. Good show, everybody. I love you guys. We did it sandwich time. Woo! Go Arizona. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Go Cardinals. Okay.
Get the fuck off the call, Lutz. All right, so it's just me and you, Danny Glover.
This has been Danny Glover and Kairi. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry that Lutz is being a complete wainer today. I'm not sure what was up with his wainer status, but what are you going to do? Guy's a wainer. Unless you have anything further, Mr. Danny Glover?
Nothing more. Rise up, Red Sea. Let's do this.
Fucking we got to, man. It's time. It's time to start winning again. Time to get back to that winning culture. Go Cardinals! All right, guys. Kairi's here 91. Wishing you a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of Kairi's Cards Cast. Be sure to come back next week for more big fun. Go Cardinals!